Welcome in Linear Rock, Reb. Welcome for the first time here in our studios, because you are in Italy in this period for some clinics, right?
Correct.
And so, what happens during these clinics? You play live, you are like a teacher for the people that come to see you, or can you explain me?
Of course, yes. You know, everyone does their clinic differently. And I wasn't really a schooled guitar player. I taught myself how to play guitar, and I learned from watching other guitar players. And a lot of times at these shows, at clubs, people come and, you know, for one thing, not a lot of people speak English, and so I try and make it as interesting as possible without a lot of the technical, you know, saying, here's how I do this, and here's how I do this, and, you know, I do a little bit of that. Just touch on the, you know, the main things about my playing that might be a little different than other players, and that have helped me in my, you know, my style. But most of the time, I just tell funny stories about the bands that I've been in, and I play a lot of music, different from the different bands I've been in, and also some of my own stuff, some of my own solo instrumental music.
Okay, so you will use electric and also acoustic guitar in this clinic? Or
not acoustic, you know, just bringing one guitar is enough with the baggage fees.
Okay, only one guitar. It
would be $150 just to fly.
So the people can ask questions to you.
Yes,
during this clinic.
Absolutely. There's a question part of the show.
Of the show, okay. And tell me about your technical equipment. Is different for when you record it in studio and when you play live on the stage, or is it the same in general? You
know, it depends on what band I'm out with. You know, like if you're with Winger, it's all on rental gear because it's too expensive to bring it all with you. But Whitesnake, you know, we bring out our gear, the same gear that I use in the studio, and it's, you know, it's basically just my guitar into a Marshall amp, you know, just my guitar in the amp. There's not a whole lot of bells and whistles and, you know, pedals.
Perfect,
and I don't use a lot of stuff. Just right in.
You don't like this?
No,
it's good.
A little bit.
And what advice you give to those who started to play guitar?
Well,
spend many hours for playing or listen the other guitar player.
You know, that's not really advice. It's I mean, that's exactly what I did because I loved it. You know, I loved it. I loved making music. I have a very good ear, and so it came very naturally to me to pick up songs and learn songs quickly, and I always wanted to be a rock star.
At what age you will start?
13.
13.
I was playing the piano at 4 years old. Yeah, and I thought I was going to be a piano player.
And for you...
And then Kiss. And then I was like, oh, forget the piano.
But for write songs, it's better use piano or guitar for you? Or it's the same? Or sometimes
to write a rock song, I'd write it on guitar. But, you know, but when I'm writing a more complicated song, I usually do use the keyboard, and you know, it really helps me with the chords. I always get stuck when I'm writing a song. You know, you have your verse, you have the pre-chorus, the section right before the chorus that builds into the chorus, and you have the chorus.
Okay.
So when I have a good verse, I have to write a good chorus too. You know. And so it's hard for me, Kip Winger is great at this, but I'm terrible at it, to know what key do I go to from here, you know, so I use the keyboard to try different chords to see what's cool.
Okay, now we can talk about your band, alright?
Whitesnake.
Okay, yes. Your name and your guitar took part in many albums of different great bands like Winger, Dokken, and now Whitesnake. The 25th of March, it will be released, the new album from Whitesnake, Forevermore, go out with the Italian label, maybe Frontiers Records. Right?
I've worked with them a lot.
Okay, can you tell us something in a preview? We have the possibility to hear only 2 minutes of the single, the first songs, but I don't know nothing about the other.
Well, I mean, for me personally, I like this record better than the last one, which is the reason why is because I really like pop songs. You know,
Yeah.
I'm also in Winger, and we, you know, I'm kind of the pop part of that band. You know, Kip is the more complicated. You know, he studies music, and and so the marriage of me and Kip is what makes Winger like cool rock and also poppy and radio friendly.
Okay.
This Whitesnake record is my favorite because I think it is very radio friendly. It's very catchy, good hooks, and you know, you're singing along with it right away. So you know, I like that about it. I had a lot more to do with this Whitesnake record than the last Whitesnake record. They flew me in to Lake Tahoe, where David Coverdale lives, in his beautiful home. In his studio, and Doug Aldrich, the other guitar player, he engineered and pressed record for me and told me that's good and that's bad and I like this and but I don't like that, and so it was very helpful. And I'm sure that I played more solos on this than the last one, so I got a little more playing. And one thing that I did that I never got to do is sing. I sang a lot on the record, and they really liked my voice. And David Coverdale, you know, he's such a legend, and he has this wonderful, big, deep voice. He calls me rebellious, and he heard my voice and he loved it, and he wanted me to sing on the record. So you can really hear my voice a lot on this record.
So you do it with David, or
it actually almost, you know what? It's almost a duet in what's the name of the record? Forevermore. Forevermore on that song.
Yeah.
That's a song, and on that song you can really hear my voice. And I like to fantasize that it's a duet with me and David. Just hearing my voice with that legend is such an honor.
So Forevermore is
it's a ballad.
Two
slow songs.
Two slow songs, and the other are mid-tempo, bluesy, or a hard rock song.
Yes.
And it's more direct. No much overdubs, no much work. You think it's very direct sound?
Yeah, it's more of a band sounding thing. You know, we were all in the same room at the same time at certain points, and you can really tell. It's very meat and potatoes.
Yeah. Now the work is completely finished, or
it's completely
finished. So we only wait to go out in the store. Okay.
We're out in April. We're touring in April. The record's out in March, I guess.
March, yeah. It'd be your second studio album, this Forevermore, with Whitesnake in about 8 years. How had you got in contact with Coverdale to be chosen as a guitarist?
That's a good question. How did that happen? Well, I heard that David Coverdale might be looking, so I made some calls and found out a contact person for David, and I sent everything I had. I sent him the Dawkins live video, and anything I could dig up, Winger live. So I know that he received my stuff, and I know Doug Aldrich had already been picked to be in the band, and so I know that Doug knew who I was. So it helped that my name helped that I had been in so many other bands, you know, and there's only so many 80s guitar players to choose from, you know. I mean, there's me and Warren DeMartini and a couple other guys. So, you know, luckily there's not a lot of competition.
Okay. Regarding Winger, in 2006 there was the reunion, and after 2 albums had been released, the last Karma was out.
That's a good record. I like that.
Yeah, 2 years ago. Are you working also now in a new album, or when you can start to work?
That's really funny you say that, because this next couple of months I'm going to have some free time for the first time in a long time. And so I want to do 2 things. I want to do a solo instrumental record, because this clinic tour has really inspired me to do just some instrumental. It's great to play guitar again, you know, with a song that all it is me playing guitar instead of having to sing the whole time. So I think that would be great, because I'd love to, you know, open for Joe Satriani on the G3 tour. That's my dream. So I'm going to try and record a solo record in those 2 months, and also somewhere in there I would love to fly over to Kip's house and just start, you know, get the basis for what the next record is going to be.
Yes, I have a question about your solo album, but you answer me.
Okay.
No problem. Okay. And it's difficult to play in 2 big bands like Whitesnake and Winger. You had tell me that it's different composition for the music, but how are you meaning both?
Well, I'm very lucky that Kip Winger is my best friend, and he has so much going on. You know, he doesn't. Winger is the smallest part of his income that there is. You know, he does so much. He writes for orchestras. You know, 76-piece orchestras. He wrote a ballet that the San Francisco Ballet just performed. So he's just a multi-talented guy, and he's my best friend, and he wants me to have this job with Whitesnake. He doesn't want me to lose this gig, you know. So Whitesnake takes precedence, and when Whitesnake goes out, Winger takes a break. And when Whitesnake takes a break, Winger goes out, which works out for me very well. Yeah, never I stop. And it's very, very wonderful of Kip to work around David's schedule.
Okay. You have played also for Alice Cooper.
Four years
ago. So
in a live album.
Yeah. So if you would describe Cover Day, Alice and Kip, with one word for each one, what could be?
Alice Cooper. Alice is an angel.
Oh, it's a great person.
Yeah.
Charismatic.
Kip is complicated.
Complicated. But he's your best friend.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And David?
David is a legend.
Legend. Okay. This is perfect. So we have tell all. So when start your tour on a Whitesnake? Because the albums go out in March. I know that you will play here in Milano with Judas Priest, Mr. Big, and Cradle of Filth, Epica, and today I read also Cavalera Conspiracy. Oh? Yes, this is including today, at the end of June. So you will play in many European festivals during the summer.
David has said we're going to tour the world.
Ah, okay.
So we've done that before, and we're booked.
The tour start here in Europe, or before you play.
It starts in Moscow.
In Moscow.
Well, no, I'm sorry. Let me take that back. They're talking about possibly booking some gigs in the States.
In the States before?
Just smaller gigs to kind of get warmed up, to get ready for the big shows.
Prepare for.
Right.
Also, I think that the contact with the listener in a small club probably is beautiful, but before respect to a big audience in a festival, I don't know. It's completely different.
Well, it's a little bit different actually. Yes, it's true. David really loves his fans, and he's such a great storyteller and such a great front man. But I would say he is a little bit different when we're in a smaller place. He starts to, he points out the breasts of the beautiful woman up in the balcony. Where he doesn't do that at the festivals. Like, you have wonderful breasts.
That's only that.
No. So it's different, maybe a little bit. But no, I think the reason to book the kind of smaller shows here and there is because it's a brand new band. We've never played together.
Change the keyboards or in a lineup of the Whitesnake?
We haven't found out yet. That's up to David, and I'm not even sure if Timothy is totally out. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
You don't know.
I miss him. He's my friend, and I hope that he will change his mind, or it'll open up so that he can come with us somehow. But we'll see what happens.
Okay, thank you very much for stay here. It's a pleasure for me. I hope to see you live when you return for play with the Whitesnake during the summer.
Thank you.
And good luck. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you.